So this is part of our live sports project, and it really highlights the JSON querying abilities that are native inside of Prime. So we're going to take a setup page. This page here, this scene that you see, is actually tapping directly into the Major League Baseball API. And you see we have every game listed from today, for instance. We can go use the calendar, go back in time. We can look at different leagues that are inside this feed. There's actually minor league baseball and other baseball in here, but we're going to stick with a game from this morning, Angels, Orioles, and these are all of the players with their jersey numbers who played in here. And we assigned 1 plus the jersey number to the away team, 2 plus the jersey number to the home team. And you see if I click, it actually loads in the different jerseys, and also down here you see a parameter, and that is the game ID. So that changes automatically, and so all I'm doing here is setting the game that we're going to be looking at. So I want to look at the Orioles and Angels game. That's set, and now we're going to go use a base scene here. This one scene is looking at that data. And this, inside of this control panel here, you see everything that is pulled from that data, and it's based on the home or away and the jersey number. So if we look at the home team, we have everything set to look for Baltimore, BAL, and it changes all the colors. If we look at the away team, it's LAA, which is set to be Angels. Let's say we were going to look at a different team like NYY. It would automatically know, and I'm manually overriding the team, but it follows the tri-code, and that tri-code changes everything, including the logo and the colors. But let's go back to our home team. That's Baltimore. Everyone that played in this game is listed here, and that's helpful for the operator to be able to see. So I click on 35, Adley Rutschman. The number changes, the stats change, and in here, in this panel here, I've chosen to associate certain stat sets with a number to make it easier to jump around. So if I want to see Adley Rutschman's average stolen bases and doubles, I click on 103, or I could type in 103 and it will change that. And you see it changes it automatically on my preview as well. So I could go click this button here, go back to 100, and gives me average homers, RBIs. I could add in slugging, and everything happens instantly. And I play this out to air. This is my preview channel up here, and I can bring in another scene. So I'm using the same single scene I built once, and it covers all of the teams and all of the data, and so it makes it easy for a designer to spend their time doing this thing once, and then the data does the rest of the work. So let's say we look at Mike Trout, and we want to look at his 103, which is average stolen bases and doubles. That's on preview. As soon as I send it to air, I click it, and it changes everything. It knows that there was a scene here already on air, but they're similar. They're on the same layer, layer 1, so it automatically pushes it off, and then I can transition that off as well. Now, something else that's happening is that these scenes are the base template for everything, but we've also created this automated message creation function so that every player that played in this game is assigned a message, and so that gets you to, it allows you to call things up more quickly. So I'm using my mouse here, but you can also, as in many situations in a truck, you want to use your keyboard, you can just use the keyboard number pad. So if you see this gray box up here, when I type things in like 127, that's going to be the away team and number 27. I press enter, and that automatically calls up Mike Trout and his numbers, and then I can, without using my mouse, send that right to air, and it looks good, and then I can clear that from air. Same thing if I call up 235, that's Adley Rutschman that we saw earlier. I press enter, and that's there. I can send it on air, and while that's on air, I can also call up 127 again, or Mike Trout lower third, and then I press send to air, I send it to air, then I clear it. And this whole time I have not used my mouse at all. So you can use your mouse, you can use the power of the messages, but you have a lot of flexibility, and it's also very, very quick, fast to move around. So we call up different players, we can keep going quickly between our different players here, and we go from player 6 to player 3, we clear that out, And back to Mike Trout on the Angels, send that. So it's all about choosing the workflow that works for you and works for your operator. And it's all customizable, configurable to allow them to get things through things very quickly using the data and one simple scene.